All right, Greg, thank you. Right now it's time for Financial Focus and my guest, Steve Buden.
Hello.
Hi, Steve. Good to see you. You're usually here on a Monday, but we made an exception for the holiday weekend this week.
Well, it's a crazy world with the economics right now,
No
so
kidding.
important to talk about some of these things.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. A lot happening in the world, especially as everyone watches the situation in Greece. I know we said we weren't going to talk about Greece until something was solidified, but at this point, I mean, the markets are kind of going crazy.
Yeah, it seems like every summer there's a drama that unfolds, and this summer's version is what's going on in Europe. And we actually have a little bit of a side character here, China. Deal with China first because it's a bigger economy. Their growth rate is being shown to slow substantially from double digits to mid-single digits. And that's having an impact on their markets and now around the world as well. So something to keep an eye on. China's stock market is down over 30% fairly quickly. Wow. And it's leading to drop in oil prices, commodities, and the thinking is that the Chinese economy pretty much has been propped up with questionable numbers for years, and now we think the chicken may be coming home to roost.
And obviously, having a big impact here in the U.S. It's something we're going to continue watching because, as we mentioned, nothing really set in stone. You mentioned oil prices when you were talking about China. And I've been noticing, and I think a lot of people have, that gas prices are going down across the valley.
Yeah, and I was just out of state this weekend filling up, and the gas prices were fairly lower than they were last year. Oil hit $51, and it's a pretty significant number. It was as high as 60. It's come down pretty substantially, over 10% in 1 week. And a lot of that stems from the first point, China and what's going on in Greece. Because of all the uncertainty in Europe and China, the dollar is strengthening. And like I've mentioned before, oil is priced in dollars. So if this dollar strengthens, one of the side effects for consumers is oil prices drop. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see oil crack back under 50. It was in the mid-40s last summer when we really enjoyed some low prices. So I don't know if it'll get that far down, but take advantage. And we're entering the peak driving season for the next month or so. Then come Labor Day, don't be surprised if you see a real nice drop. It'll be a good surprise.
Yeah, any little bit helps, that's for sure. And also in Financial Focus today, a lot of job openings. You were telling me that we've had a surge in the availability of positions. Yeah,
and this is another one. A relatively new statistic over the last couple of years has been a job openings index, and it just hit a record high. Over 5 million jobs are available out there, and yet there's almost 8 million Americans looking for work. Somehow the two have to get combined, right? And I don't think that they're necessarily exclusive. I think there's a skills gap, and we've talked about this before. The folks that are looking for work aren't necessarily paired with the jobs that are being offered, but I think it's a great sign that the economy is improving, that A, corporations are confident enough to list their jobs, and B, take it public, and hopefully some of the folks looking for work can match that. But the big issue going forward, and I think it'll be a presidential campaign issue, is how do you match the folks' skills that are out there with the jobs that are available? Because a lot of these jobs are in high tech, and industries that are new relative to some of the old manufacturing jobs.
Right, because we haven't necessarily seen the drop in unemployment rate.
That's right.
Obviously hopeful news, though, and we are going to be giving you, if you're looking for a job, some options, some career fairs that are happening here in the Valley this week. We're going to have that coming up later on midday. We also have your top national stories and local news to get to, so we're going to take a quick break. Midday will be right back. Steve, good to see you, and thanks for being here. Happy belated 4th of July.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back. Stick with us.